Good morning, my friend. Coming to find a seat whenever you're ready. And closing the eyes down. Using the awareness that we're cultivating of our body to lift a little taller through the spine. Take any tension away from the muscles of the face, the neck, shoulders, the hands and the feet. Breathe deep into the stomach, in through the nose and out through the nose. Recognize what you brought with you to the mat today and accept that, whatever it is. You're here now, the hard part's over. Let's flow. Opening the eyes, we'll bring the palms together at the heart, sending the fingertips down towards the ground, and opening, we reach for the sky, gazing up if we can. Hands come to the heart, thumbs down to the third eye point in the forehead, tracing down the face to the mouth and back down to the heart 2 more times. Almost dancing through our movement as we open and find space. And tracing the thumbs down the center plumb line, connecting to ourselves before jumping in 1 more time. Option to close the eyes here. How does this feel as we wake up and release? Hands come to the heart. Finding 1 breath here. And then floating the left hand to the outer right thigh. We reach the right hand around and journey into a twist. Inhale to lift taller. Exhale, perhaps we explore this a bit more through the ribs. And then taking the right hand to the left leg and curling chin towards the chest, round through the spine. On your next inhale, open, lift the arms, lift the heart forward, gaze up. And release back to our neutral spine, crossing the right arm over the left, lifting the backs of the hands or palms towards each other, into our eagle arms. Elbows lift as the shoulders stay soft. And don't worry if the hands don't touch here. It's just the intention of bringing them towards each other. Breathing into this space in the back body. Keeping this length through all 4 sides of the torso for 1 more breath. Before releasing the arms, reaching tall. And then softening as we journey straight into our twist. Right hand to the outer left thigh. Left hand comes behind. Keeping the lower body rooted down, find something new here in your twist. Perhaps you close the eyes. Check in with how this feels. Nice. And then left hand comes to the outer right thigh. We curl our chin towards our chest, rounding. On your next inhale, open and reach as we spread our wings. And soften back, neutral spine, left arm over the right this time. Eagle arms on the other side, backs of the hands or palms towards each other. Keep the elbows lifted and take the tension away from the shoulders. Notice how one side might feel very different to the other. Just keep them present. Finding 1 more breath. And exhaling to release, roll the shoulders forwards and back. And then jumping off your support into a tabletop, all 4s. With the wrists beneath the shoulders and the knees beneath the hips. We'll then bump the hips to the left and take our gaze past our left shoulder. Trying to take a peek at the left corner of our mat. And we can stay here or reach the right arm forwards and start to curl it round towards the left side. Taking 1 more breath. before releasing back to center and bumping the hips to the right, gazing past the right shoulder. Nice. Option here to reach the left arm forward and start to curl it round towards the right side. Find one more breath here before releasing your way back to your tabletop and floating the tailbone down to the ground as we come to our cat pose. Moving your way through your cow, really rolling through each vertebrae one by one. 2 more times, moving with your own breath. Maybe you waggle the tail from side to side. Just really find whatever movement feels good here. Nice. And then making your way back to your neutral spine as we tuck the toes under and really pressing through the palms and into the fingertips to take pressure out of the wrists. We lift our way out of our shoulder space and connecting to our center, hover our knees off the ground. Don't worry if we find that washing machine turning on straight away in our center, keeping the neck long. Don't forget to breathe in and out of the nose. One more lovely long breath here. Before softening, taking the knees wide, toes come to touch, sitting back, child's pose. Keep the elbows soft in your child's pose. And then lightly lifting our way up, we'll bring the knees back to parallel as we tuck the toes under, sit back on the feet. Reaching the arms out long and taking them nice and wide. We'll curl our way through our angry cat and rock the thighs down to the ground, heart forwards. Nice. 2 more times here, just waking up through the spine. And this time, making sure the toes are untucked as we start to make our way down towards the ground. Take our hands off the mat, tenting the palms so we're lifting onto our fingertips and bringing them back by our rib cage. Making sure the feet are nice and wide on the mat. We'll take a breath in. And as we exhale, lift our heart forwards. Find extension through the spine in a cobra. It doesn't have to be a big cobra here. Just sending ourselves down towards the ground and then lifting 2 more times, but moving on our exhale. Beautiful. Lifting for our final time, taking the gaze to the right and over to the left. And then releasing, hands come back by the rib cage as we press our way up and back, child's pose. Taking one breath here. Before tucking the toes, reaching the hands and pressing into the palms, lifting our way downward facing dog. Hips come high. Take whatever movement you want to in your down dog here. Soft, easy, gentle. And then doing this next movement either from our down dog or down on the ground in our tabletop. Wherever you are, we'll float the left leg off the ground. Bend the left knee and start to draw circles in the sky. A couple times one way and a couple times the other way. And then when you finish, stepping that left foot all the way forwards and dropping the back knee as we come into a lunge, reaching the hands forwards, up and all the way back, softening through the shoulders, we lift tall. We might like to tuck the back toes under here and lift the back knee off the mat if that feels good for us. And wherever we are, taking hold of the right wrist with the left hand, we reach tall and fold over to the left side. Taking one more breath here before releasing and framing that front foot, stepping it all the way back, downward facing dog, lifting the hips high. And again, either staying here or coming down into our tabletop all fours as we float the right leg off the earth. Bend the right knee and draw a couple of circles one way and a couple of circles the other way. Taking your time before stepping the right foot forwards and rising into our lunge. Softening through the shoulders. Option to stay with the back knee on the earth or listen to your energy. Maybe we lift the back knee off. Wherever we are, taking hold of the left wrist with the right hand as we reach tall and fold over to the right side, keeping the front knee over the front ankle, toes soft. Nice. And then releasing, framing the front foot. Everybody stepping back, downward facing dog. Lift the hips high. And slowly walk the feet forwards to the front of the mat in a fold. Inhale to lift up halfway. Exhale to release. And slowly we'll roll all the way up to standing. Restacking our vertebrae one by one. When you arrive in your mountain pose, reach the arms for the sky. Hands come together and down at the heart. Beautiful. And stepping the right leg back on a diagonal, turning our right toes out. And bringing our front knee over our front ankle, we'll take our hands to our back thigh as we roll it forward. So we're internally rotating our back thigh, noticing how our hips travel towards the front, but don't worry if they're not square on. Coming to meet here in our warrior one. Reaching our arms towards the sky and then softening our elbows as we come into cactus arms. Rooting down through all four corners of both feet. Even really grounding into the knife edge of that back foot. Finding one breath here. And then crossing the right arm over the left. Bringing the backs of the hands or palms towards each other as we find our eagle arms. On your next inhale, we'll lift our heart, lift our gaze, find extension through the spine. Exhale, curling the chin towards the chest, nice. Releasing all the way back to center, finding one more breath here. Before softening the arms and stepping the back foot to meet the front foot, wiggling and shaking it out, taking a breath here in our mountain pose. And exhaling, stepping the left leg back on a diagonal, nice. Keeping this nice wide stance. Finding some space in our sacrum as we do this. Front knee over the front ankle, back thigh spirals forwards, arms reach, elbows soften. Warrior one or Virabhadrasana one with our cactus arms. Beautiful. Keeping the neck nice and long. Finding one more breath here. Before crossing the left arm over the right, finding our eagle arms on this side. Remember, it's just the intention of bringing the hands towards each other. On your next inhale, we'll lift the heart, lift the gaze. Exhale, curl, chin towards the chest, round forwards. Making your way back. One more breath here. Before releasing, everybody stepping the back foot to meet the front foot and finding a mountain pose, Tadasana. Closing the eyes or softening the gaze. Rolling through the wrists, one direction and then the other. Just softening through the shoulders, taking any rolls here that feel good. And then finding stillness with the palms together at the heart in Anjali Mudra. Remember, you are a fierce warrior. Trust your practice, trust yourself, and take this breath with you off your mat. Have an amazing rest of your day. From my heart to yours, Namaste.